but I 100% believe that contributed to me getting hurt.
So Glasnow got hurt in yesterday's game pitching, and today he was diagnosed with a partially torn UCL, and that's the injury that's most commonly associated with Tommy John. Now what Glasnow is saying here is that sticky stuff might be a reason why he got hurt. Let's let him explain a little bit.
I have used sticky stuff before. In the past, my substance of choice is sunscreen and rosin. Like just nothing egregious, something to where I can get a grip on the ball so it doesn't feel dusty.
Okay, cool. So you've admitted to using sticky stuff. That's your choice. Continue.
But 2 starts ago against the Nationals, I went cold turkey, nothing. And before that start, I remember when all this stuff came out, I was talking to people and talking to doctors, and they were like, the thing that maybe MLB doesn't realize or that players don't realize is like, what is the injury, like, what is the prevention of, like, maybe it'll add to injuries. And in my mind, I was like, that sounds dumb. That sounds like an excuse a player would use to make sure he can use sticky stuff. But I threw to the Nationals with nothing. I don't use sticky stuff I don't use spider tack. I don't need more spin. I have huge hands. I spin the ball fine. I want grip.
So there's a claim here that sunscreen and rosin doesn't affect spin rate the same way some other sticky stuff might. Well, let's look at this. If you look at the spin rate on Glasnow's pitches during his start against the Nationals, yeah, there's definitely a difference. It's definitely down a little bit. But when you compare it to a guy like, I don't know, Garrett Cole and his spin rate over the years, yeah, your difference is pretty minimal in spin rate. So, good point.
I woke up the next day and was like, I am sore in places that I didn't even know I had muscles in. Like I felt completely different. I switched my fastball grip and my curveball grip. I've thrown it the same way for however many years I've played baseball.
Okay, so either Glasnow is being overly emotional and exaggerating a little bit, or he's straight up lying, or I guess there's a 1% chance he's telling the truth, because there's no way, at least I think there's no way, that you were using sticky stuff as a little leaguer, and I'm assuming that that's when you started pitching. Maybe you meant your entire time playing Major League Baseball or professional baseball. If that's the case, then maybe you're right. But there's no way ever since you were a child you have been holding the ball the same way and not felt similar effects without using sticky stuff.
I had to change. I had to put my fastball deeper into my hand and grip it way harder. And I had to, instead of holding my curveball at the tip of my fingers, I had to dig it deeper into my hand. I'm not a doctor. I know you guys probably know that. But I'm taking a fastball. I'm squeezing the ball twice as hard. So all of this is I'm recruiting all these muscles, and I'm taking my arm as hard as I can, throwing the ball. So I'm going from like a flexed muscle to letting a ball go. Waking up after that start, I was like, okay, this sucks. Something is weird here. And then that same feeling is persisting all week long. And then I go into my start yesterday, and that same feeling just, it pops or whatever the hell happened to my elbow. Like I feel it.
So ultimately, what's going on is that sticky stuff, without the usage of it, you can't grip a ball as well as you want to. And so you got to grip it harder and use more of your strength to grip the ball, which means when you pitch the ball, it's going to put more stress on your arm and more different parts of your arm. And that's why you think you got hurt. Cool. Glad we're on the same page.
Whether you want us to not use sticky stuff or not is fine. Fine. Do it in the off season. Give us a chance to adjust to it. But I just threw 80 something, 70 whatever innings, and then you just told me I can't use anything in the middle of the year. I had to change everything I've been doing the entire season. Everything out of the window. I have to start doing something completely new. And then I'm telling you, I truly believe that's why I got hurt. Me throwing 100 and being 6'7" is why I got hurt, but that contributed.
So this is your point, Tyler. Your point is that MLB can't be enforcing these rules midway through the season when pitchers and hitters too have not gotten the chance to adjust to this. Maybe perhaps if pitchers had time like in the off season to work on this, then maybe they would figure out better ways to throw a ball, better ways to pitch, and reduce the risk of injury. Good point. I respect it. But then why do you go and contradict yourself at the end of the interview?
Pitchers need to be able to have some sort of control or some sort of grip on the ball. I'm clearly frustrated. It's just, I think there needs to be a lot more. People need to figure this out. You can't just tell us to use nothing. It's crazy.
Look, I get it. You're emotional. You're pretty sad. You're pretty angry. I would probably be the same way. And you're right. There is no simple solution to this. There is always going to be a loser no matter what MLB decides to do. I personally would like to see lower spin rates, but I also personally don't feel like it's ethical to mess with players' health. So, I don't know. What is the solution? Maybe you guys have the answer. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you watch the last video.